You know what you owe. You do not know what it costs. Those feel like the same thing. They are not. You have done the math more than once. The math does not add up. Not by a lot, just enough that you notice, not enough that you can explain it. The card is paid. It has always been paid. And still, every month, there is less than there should be. You have looked. You have not found it. Because it is not where you looked. Paid is not the same as understood. Most people never ask. Not because they are not paying attention, because the statement is not built to show them the difference. Between the 4 people in this video, $14,000, on cards that were paid every month, on statements they received every month. In cost, the statement was never designed to show. None of them missed a payment. All of them thought the card was under control. All of them were right about that. None of them were finished. Sandra's number's the kind you ask to hear again. Kevin's is the kind you calculate in your head and never say out loud. Diane's cannot be found on any statement she has ever received. James spent 9 years building a system to avoid a number he never ran. This is what the card never told him. Sandra Briggs activated the card on a Wednesday evening in April of 2009. She was sitting on the floor of her new apartment in Midtown Atlanta. Back against the couch her aunt had helped carry up 2 flights of stairs the previous Sunday. The furniture was borrowed. The lamp from Target was still in the box. The electricity company had called that morning. The deposit was $250. Her first paycheck would not clear until Friday. She found the card in the kitchen drawer. She had put it there 3 weeks earlier when it arrived. She had not touched it. She turned it over. She called the number on the back. She pressed 1 to activate. The automated voice told her the credit limit was $2,000 and thanked her for being a valued customer. She was 23 years old. She charged the electricity deposit that night. Her mother had warned her about credit cards. Keep it low. Pay more than the minimum. Only use it for things you can afford to pay back. Her mother had once let a balance run too long. She remembered what that felt like. She had made sure Sandra knew. Sandra heard this. She kept a green spiral-bound notebook on the kitchen counter, purchased from the CVS on Peachtree the first week, where she wrote down every purchase. Income in blue ink, expenses in black. She tracked everything. She tracked the payments. She tracked the balance. She did not track the interest separately. The interest was part of the payment. The payment was managed. The card was under control. The first month, she put $412 on the card, the electricity deposit, groceries the first 2 weeks before the paycheck cleared, the lamp, 2 months of renter's insurance paid at once because it was cheaper, a dinner on Ponce de Leon Avenue with a friend from college who was passing through. They split a bottle of wine. The friend's name was Meredith. Sandra still has her number. The minimum payment was $11.32. Sandra paid $11.32. She wrote it in the green notebook in black ink. Next month was always going to be different. By December of 2009, the balance was $940. By December of 2010, it was $1,420. By the end of 2011, it had reached the limit. She told herself it was under control because she never missed a payment, not once in 6 years. Every month the email came. Thank you for your payment. Account in good standing. She filed each one in a folder in her Gmail labeled Cards. 6 years of emails. Proof. The account was in good standing. She was managing it. What she was not doing was calculating what managing it actually cost. The interest on a $2,000 balance at 24.99% does not feel like anything on a single statement. It hides inside the minimum payment like a passenger inside a car. You see the car. You do not think about who is riding in it. In the spring of 2015, her mother became ill. Sandra took 3 months of unpaid leave. She drove to Savannah twice. She made decisions that all cost money she did not have in her checking account. She used the card more that spring than she had in any comparable period. In June, she paid off the balance completely. $800 from savings, $600 from her aunt. Her aunt said, "Pay me back when you can." She did not say it like a question. The balance went to zero on a Tuesday. In January of this year, Sandra sat across from a financial planner named Cheryl. Cheryl wore reading glasses on a silver chain. She had a yellow legal pad. She asked questions in the specific order of someone who already knows most of the answers. She asked about credit card history. Sandra described the years, the minimum payments, the balance that sat between $1,400 and $2,500 for most of 72 months, the APR of 24.99. Cheryl typed on her laptop for approximately 45 seconds. She turned the laptop around. She asked Cheryl to check the calculation. Cheryl checked it and read the number back. The number was the same. Sandra looked at the number for a while. Then she asked what the next item on the agenda was. Sandra had paid $3,417 in interest. On her card, she had never let go above $2,500. On the electricity deposit from April of 2009. On the lamp that broke in 2011. On the dinner with Meredith on Ponce de Leon. On groceries in October of 2011 that she could not name specifically. On a parking ticket she had paid with the card because she did not have cash. $3,417. On purchases she could no longer fully account for. She asked Cheryl to check the calculation. Cheryl checked it and read the number back. The number was the same. Sandra looked at the number for a while. Then she asked what the next item on the agenda was. That night she bought a new notebook. Blue. Same CVS on Peachtree. She wrote the number on the first page. In black ink. Alone. She underlined it once. She closed the notebook and put it in the kitchen drawer. Story 2. Kevin Marsh's father gave him the credit card advice on a Saturday morning in the summer of 2008. They were in the driveway of the house in Murfreesboro. Kevin's father was changing the oil on his own truck, a 2001 Silverado with 240,000 miles on it. His father maintained it the way you maintain something you bought new and intend to drive into the ground. Kevin was sitting on the tailgate watching. His father wiped his hands on a red shop rag and told him about credit scores. "You need a history," his father said. "You need to show them you can manage it. Open a card, use it a little, pay it off. Your score goes up. That is how it works." Before Kevin left that day, his father wrote it on a piece of paper, torn from the notepad on the kitchen counter. 4 lines. Open a card, use it a little, pay it off. Score goes up. He handed it to Kevin the way he handed Kevin the socket set when Kevin bought his first car, without ceremony, as if this were simply what fathers gave sons when the time came. Kevin kept the paper. It is in the junk drawer in his kitchen, under a takeout menu and a flashlight that needs batteries. He has seen it there many times. His father had bought the house in Murfreesboro at 38 and paid it off at 61 and retired at 64 with no debt and a lawn that he mowed every Saturday morning regardless of weather. He knew about managing things. Kevin opened the card that September. He was 22. He used it the way his father described. Gas, the occasional dinner. He paid it in full the first 7 months. In month 8, his truck needed a water pump, $430, which was more than he had in checking that week. He put it on the card and paid it down over 3 months, because 3 months felt manageable, and it was. After the water pump was paid off, there was always a small balance left, not from anything specific, from the accumulation of small decisions made at the end, when the checking account was lower than expected, when the card was easier than calculating. $23 here, $47 there, lunch twice a week near the job site because driving back was 20 minutes he did not have. He called it the float. The float was not debt. The float was a buffer. The float was the operational difference between what came in and what went out before it all balanced out the following month. He had been floating since 2009. The float did not stay on one card. It grew. He now has 3 cards. The first for everyday use, the second from a balance transfer 4 years in. The first card had gotten high. He found a 0% promotional card on a comparison website. 18 months, 3% transfer fee. He paid down most of it, not all of it. The promotional period ended. The remaining balance went to 19.99%. The third card for a sign-up bonus 2 years after that. He and Rachel were going to Nashville for her birthday. The bonus covered the hotel. 2 nights on Broadway, $480. He got the card. He got the bonus. He kept the card. Closing it would hurt the score. His father had not mentioned that part. He pays them every Sunday evening, after the kids go to bed. Maya first, she is 6. Then Caleb, he is 9 and resistant. After the second glass of water, Caleb always asks for him. After Rachel has settled into whatever she is watching, Kevin opens the apps on his phone in the same order every week. Card 1, Card 2, Card 3. He looks at the statement. He sees what came in. He pays what he can. He has never missed a payment in 11 years of having credit cards. His credit score is 741. He is proud of this in the specific, quiet way of someone who considers it a measure of character. On Card 1, there's always a balance left, usually between $150 and $220. The month the water heater in the downstairs bathroom failed, it was $410, but usually around $180. On Card 2, the remainder is smaller. Last month it was $94.11. He remembers the 11 cents because he noticed it. 94.11, which felt both specific and absurd. He thought about rounding up to 95. He did not. On Card 3, he pays the full balance. Always. That one he is strict about. He calls the remainders on Cards 1 and 2 the float. He manages the float every Sunday evening after Caleb's second glass of water, while the Titans play in the background. His wife Rachel is a CPA. She does the family taxes on TurboTax every February. She finishes in one sitting. She manages the household budget in a Google sheet. She updates it on the 1st and 15th of every month. She can tell you within $6 what the mortgage costs per day. She came into the living room on a Sunday evening in February while Kevin was doing the payments. The Titans were losing by 10. She sat on the couch with her phone. She asked about the APR on Card 1. Kevin said around 22%. He was not certain. He knew it was in the low 20s. She asked the average balance he carried. He said around 180, maybe 200. He heard her typing for about 30 seconds. She held the phone up without saying anything. Rachel showed him one number, $456 per year, Cards 1 and 2 combined. At the APRs he had never looked up, on the float, on $94.11. He looked at the number. He looked at Rachel. She put the phone face down on her knee and went back to whatever she was watching. She did not say anything else. She had shown him the number. That was enough. Kevin did the multiplication himself. $456. 11 years. He did not say the result out loud. He sat with it while the Titans gave up another field goal, and Maya called from upstairs for water now, too, and Caleb's light was back on under the door. He closed Card 1. He closed Card 2. He placed his phone face down on the arm of the couch. He did not watch the rest of the game. He has not told Rachel the 11-year number. She has not asked. He thinks about it on Sunday evenings sometimes, during the payments, when the apps are open and the balance on Card 1 is $163 this month, and he considers this an improvement. Story 3. Diane Custer applied for the travel card on a Thursday night in April of 2017. She had spent 3 weeks researching it. The spreadsheet she built had 14 columns. Annual fee, sign-up bonus value, points earn rate by category, dining, travel, grocery, everything else. Redemption value per point, flights, hotels, statement credit, gift cards. Lounge access value, calculated at her estimated annual number of layovers. Travel insurance coverage. hotel status benefits estimated conservatively. She had spoken to 2 colleagues at Denver Health, Priya in billing, a man named Tom in facilities management. Both had the same card. Both said the same thing. It pays for itself. You just have to use it correctly. She had read 14 reviews from 3 different personal finance websites. She showed Mark the spreadsheet. He sat next to her on the couch and looked at it for approximately 90 seconds. He said it looked thorough. She submitted the application. The approval came in 4 minutes. The card has an annual fee of $550. She has paid it every year without hesitation because the card pays for itself. This is not a feeling, it is a calculation. She can produce the supporting numbers in under a minute if anyone asks, and occasionally does. Last year, the points covered 2 business class tickets to Lisbon and 4 nights at a hotel near the Alfama district. The tickets at published rates would have been $4,200. The hotel, $3,200. $7,400 in redemption value. Annual fee, $550. She and Mark still talk about Lisbon. What Diane puts on the card is everything. Groceries at King Soopers, gas at the Shell on Colorado Boulevard, lunch at the hospital cafeteria, $6.40. On the card, because $6 of points is still points. Her daughter Emma's school activity fees, both cars' insurance, switched to auto pay on the card 2 years ago. The vet bill in October when their dog Biscuit ate something in the backyard and needed an emergency abdominal scan, $1,240, $9:45 at night. Mark held Biscuit's leash. Biscuit looked confused and guilty in equal measure. The new mattress in March, because Mark's back had been bad since January. Everything that can go on the card goes on the card. She pays the full balance every month without exception. This is discipline. This is the system. You capture every point. You pay in full. You never touch the interest. The card pays for itself. She has believed this for 8 years. What Diane has never measured is what the card does to what she spends. Not the interest. She pays no interest. Not the annual fee. She knows the annual fee by heart. What she has never measured is a cost that does not appear on any statement. That generates no email. That produces no alert. Mark mentioned a no-fee card last month. He had read something. He did not say where. She told him the card pays for itself. That night, she spent 40 minutes looking for the number that would close the conversation. She was not looking for information. She was looking for confirmation. She found a study instead. Researchers at MIT and Carnegie Mellon, multiple countries, 30 years of data. The finding was consistent. People spend between 12 and 18% more per transaction when paying by card versus cash. The researchers called it the pain of payment. Cash hurts to spend. Cards do not. The absence of that feeling changes what people buy and how much they spend. She did not close the tab for a while. Then she did the calculation herself, on the notepad she keeps next to the laptop. Her monthly card spending, approximately $4,300. 12% of $4,300, $516 per month. She wrote the annual figure, $6,192. She looked at it, then she calculated the full picture. Points redeemed last year, $3,200 in travel value. Annual fee, $550. Spending delta, $6,192. The number was negative $3,542. She checked it twice. Then she tore the page from the notepad. She folded it in half. She put it in the drawer where she keeps the notepad. She closed the tab with the study. She went back to the Japan spreadsheet. The Japan spreadsheet has 11 columns so far. She has identified a hotel in Kyoto with good redemption availability. She has found the flight availability on the points calendar. She has been checking cherry blossom forecasts for late March. Last week she told Mark about Japan. Spring, cherry blossom season if they time it right. He said that sounded wonderful. He did not mention the no-fee card again. She showed him the points balance on her phone. 47,000 points. $940 in current redemption value. He looked at the number. He said it looked good. She is already thinking about the column for onsen access value. The notepad page is in the drawer. She has not looked at it since she wrote it. James Whitfield discovered balance transfers on a Tuesday night in March of 2016. He had been up late, laptop on the kitchen table. Christine had gone to bed. He had a credit card balance of $3,100. It had been sitting there for 2 years, growing slowly the way things grow when you pay enough to keep them from getting worse, but not enough to make them smaller. He had been Googling solutions. The unfocused way of someone who knows the problem but keeps hoping to find an easier answer than the obvious one. He found an article about 0% balance transfer cards. He read it twice. Then 3 more articles. Then a Reddit thread where people described doing exactly this, with spreadsheets and timelines and instructions. He stayed up until 12:47 reading it. He went to bed feeling, for the first time in 2 years, like he had a plan. The system is not complicated. You find a card offering 0% APR on balance transfers, typically 12 to 21 months. You transfer your existing balance. You pay a transfer fee, usually 3% of the amount moved. You pay down as much as you can during the promotional window. When the window closes, you find a new card and transfer again. You never pay interest. You are always in a promotional period. You are always, in some meaningful sense, ahead. James built a spreadsheet the week after he discovered the system. Color-coded columns. Green for active promotional periods, yellow for periods ending within 90 days, red for anything requiring immediate action. He has a Google Calendar alert set 90 days before each promotional period expires. He has a folder in his Gmail labeled Card Strategy. As of this month, that folder has 117 emails in it. He is proud of the folder. The folder represents 9 years of not paying interest, 9 years of research and management and staying one step ahead. His wife Christine asked him about the fees in 2019. They were eating dinner on a Tuesday. Pasta Christine had made from a recipe her mother used to make. The kind of dinner that becomes associated with conversations you did not expect to have. She asked about the balance transfer fees specifically, whether he had added them up. He said the fees were minimal, 3%. On the amount transferred. Nothing compared to what he would have paid in interest. She asked what minimal was in dollars. He said he would have to check. He changed the subject to her sister's upcoming engagement party. Christine let it go. She has a specific way of letting things go that is not the same as forgetting them. James has been married to her for 14 years. He knows the difference. James has done 9 balance transfers in 9 years, 3% each time, on the full amount, moving the same balance from card to card the way you move furniture in a small apartment, rearranging without reducing. The amounts moved: $3,100, $2,800, $2,600, $2,500, $2,400, $2,200, $2,100, $2,000, $2,400. The balance drifted up during the quarter Christine's mother was ill. The fees paid: $93, $84, $78, $75, $72, $65.78, $63, $60, $72. $662.78 in balance transfer fees, over 9 years, on a balance that started at $3,100. The balance today is $2,400, a reduction of $700 in 9 years. He has paid more in fees than he has reduced the balance. He has also spent 9 years managing the spreadsheet, researching new cards, monitoring periods, setting alerts, building the folder. The research for each new card takes between 40 minutes and 2 hours. He has done this 9 times. He is, by his own estimate, quite good at it. He has never run the other calculation, the one that asks, what would have happened if he had simply paid it off? $3,100 in 2016, $260 per month, 13 months. Total interest, $219. Total fees, $0. Done in early 2017. He has spent $662 in fees over 9 years. To avoid paying $219 once, he has never seen those two numbers next to each other. He knows the transfer fee on every card he has ever used. He knows each promotional period to the day. He knows his credit score, 791, which is excellent, which reflects 9 years of on-time payments and responsible credit utilization. He has never put the two numbers side by side because he is not paying it off. He is optimizing it. He is managing it. He is 9 years into a system that has kept him from paying interest on a balance that he has had for 9 years. Christine asked last month if he had ever thought about just paying it off. Not the fees, not the calculation, just the question itself, asked on a Tuesday evening over the pasta her mother used to make. He explained the system. She has heard it before. She knows the green and yellow and red columns. She has seen the calendar alerts appear on his phone on weekend mornings. She asked if he was happy with how it was going. He said yes. He said the balance was lower than when he started. He said he had not paid interest in 9 years. She nodded. She picked up her fork. She did not ask about the fees. She had asked in 2019, on a Tuesday, with the pasta her mother used to make. She had let it go. James's next transfer is in April, 2.75%, the best he has found. He is pleased about the 2.75. He told Christine last week. She said that sounded good. She was already looking at her phone. 4 people. 4 cards that were under control. Sandra's was under control because she never missed a payment. Kevin's was under control because the balance was small. Diane's was under control because the points covered the fee. James's was under control because he had a system. None of them were wrong about what they checked. Sandra never did miss a payment. Kevin's float was small. Diane's points did cover the annual fee. James has not paid interest in 9 years. The problem was not what they checked. The problem was what they did not check. Sandra checked whether the payments were current. She did not calculate what 72 months of minimum payments cost in interest. The number was $3,417 on a card she never let above $2,500, on a lamp that broke in 2011, on a dinner with Meredith on Ponce de Leon, whose restaurant she cannot find anymore. Kevin checked whether the balances were manageable. He did not calculate what manageable cost per year. The number was $456 per year for 11 years, on $94.11, on amounts he named so they would feel like something other than what they were. Diane checked whether the points covered the annual fee. She did not measure what paying with a card instead of cash was doing to her spending. The conservative estimate of that delta is $6,192 per year. The card that pays for itself costs her more than it returns. After Lisbon, before Japan. James checked whether each promotional period was being managed correctly. He did not put the two numbers side by side. $219, what it would have cost to pay it off in 2016. $662, what 9 years of avoiding that cost him. DNA visual. Sandra still has the card. She pays the full balance every month now, has for 9 years. The blue notebook is in the kitchen drawer with the number on the first page underlined once. She does not look at it often. Kevin still has all 3 cards. The float is still there. Sunday evenings still happen. He has not told Rachel about the 11-year number. She has not brought it up. The balance on card 1 is $163 this month. He considers this progress. The piece of paper from his father is still in the junk drawer. He has not moved it. Diane is planning Japan. The spreadsheet has 13 columns now. Mark has not mentioned the no-fee card again. The notepad page is in the drawer. She has not looked at it since she wrote it. James's transfer is in April, 2.75%. The folder has 117 emails. The balance is $2,400. He has had it in various cards since 2016. The card is in your wallet. You know the balance. You know the due date. You know the last time you missed a payment. Those are the things that tell you the card is under control. They are not the same as the cost. The cost is a different number. It does not appear on your statement. Most people never calculate it. You probably haven't either.